Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I have some breaking news coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. It's not serious news, but this news just came on my timeline, and it's that Vybz Kartel, Jamaican dancehall superstar Vybz Kartel, has been barred from certain activities in the beautiful Twin Island of Trinidad and Tobago. So it looked as if the concert scheduled for the 31st of May is not going to happen. So this report is coming from Nationwide Jamaica, and this is what they had to say about this whole Vybz Kartel debacle. So according to Nationwide News, this is coming from Nationwide News. So it's saying in one of his first act of business, Trinidad and Tobago Defense Minister Wayne Sturge says Vybz Kartel is barred from media interview and other events. The artist born Adidja Palmer is set to arrive in Trinidad and Tobago on May 26 in preparation for his concert on May 30th. According to the immigration order, Sturge has blocked Palmer from a morning radio interview and a midday TV appearance on a local press drop-in on May 27. Also blocked a meet and greet, a visit to school or youth center, a cultural lunch with community leaders, and an official meet and greet on May 28th. So that is the report coming from Nationwide News. Vybz Kartel is blocked from doing all of these activities in the beautiful Twin Island of Trinidad and Tobago. And it's not saying that he's blocked from entering Trinidad. It's just saying that he's not going to be able to do these activities while he's in Trinidad and Tobago. Okay guys, so sound off in the comment section and let me know what do you think about this so far, that Vybz Kartel is barred from certain activities in the beautiful Twin Island of Trinidad and Tobago. And I can see the headlines now in Trinidad and Tobago. I can see the back and forth going on between the internet in Jamaica, in Trinidad and Tobago, whether it's Instagram, whether it's whatever social media platform, TikTok, that this is going to be trending in the Caribbean. That is all I'm saying. You can see the back and forth between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm sure a lot of Jamaicans are going to say that, look, the Trinidad government is fighting out Vybz Kartel, and I know that there are people in Trinidad and Tobago, especially the black population in Trinidad and Tobago, they're going to call this out as racism. So I can see the internet is going to go off on this story already. And it's important to note. So, okay, so let's go through what Vybz Kartel would not be able to do. They're barring Vybz Kartel from doing, what is it? So the first thing is a radio interview. They're barring him from doing a radio interview, and that was scheduled for the 27th of May. They're barring him from doing a TV interview. They're also barring him from attending a meet and greet with a youth center, youth cultural center, that a lunch was scheduled for May the 28th, and Vybz Kartel will not be able to do that. That is what the Ministry of Defense is saying, that, look, you're not going to come into our country, you're not talking to our youth, you are not going to go on our radio station, on our TV station, to promote this show, because it's not going to happen. So as I said, guys, sound off in the comment section. Let me know, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that this is harsh of the government in Trinidad and Tobago, and especially the new administration under the Kamala Persad-Processor government, when they came out in the first week of the cabinet being put together, she stated categorically, like, look, crime and violence, we're taking a no-nonsense approach. And as you can see here, I think for the longest time, crime and violence have been linked to black culture in terms of music, hip-hop, dancehall, and that type of music. And it is important to note that this is not a new conversation that's going to be happening in Trinidad and Tobago when it comes down to dancehall music. Over the past, I would say 4 or 5 years, we have been having a non-stop conversation about the music genre in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad was developed. It's a spin-off from dancehall, And we saw in Trinidad and Tobago the influence that squash and the six group in Jamaica had in Trinidad and Tobago, where they formed an alliance and there was a six extension in Trinidad and Tobago. And we saw coming out of that the group in Trinidad and Tobago, the 6 and the 7. And it's undeniable that those two groups have contributed to a lot of the crime and violence within Trinidad and Tobago. We saw some of the dancehall artists that already died because of gang violence from these two groups in terms of, so is the music a direct cause of it, or is it these are just gangsters that are doing dancehall music or Trinidad music? Depends on who you ask. People have a different opinion. But it is very clear that the government in Trinidad and Tobago they feel like dancehall and the music and the culture has a lot to do with the upsurge in crime and violence in Trinidad and Tobago. And this is one of their first move. This is one of Wayne Sturridge. This is one of his first move as the defense minister to stop Vybz Kartel from spreading his message in Trinidad and Tobago. So let me know what you think about this. Sound off in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this is too harsh from the new UNC government to cut Vybz Kartel off from performing in Trinidad, from doing his interview in Trinidad and Tobago? And it is important to know also that something similar is happening in Guyana, where they are trying to stop Vybz Kartel from performing in Guyana. And one of Vybz Kartel's new songs since he came out of prison, they are citing to be one of the reasons why they don't want Vybz Kartel to perform in Guyana. Vybz Kartel did a song, and which I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised that Vybz Kartel did this song. Vybz Kartel is an artist. He's very intelligent artist. You can't take that away from him, but he's always one to try and push the envelope. And personally, I believe that this song went a bit too far when he's talking about women's private parts and comparing it to Jesus. And Christians across the Caribbean, Christians across the world would be outraged, because it's been said a lot of time, especially in black culture, where people denigrate or talk certain things about Christianity, and people have pointed it out that, look, you would not do this in terms of Islam. You would not disrespect the Prophet Muhammad in the way that you disrespect Christianity. So that is another developing story that is coming out of Guyana, that they also want Vybz Kartel to be banned from performing in Guyana because of that song that Vybz Kartel sing, like your body parts, women body parts, your body parts make, feel like Jesus or something to that sort, which is kind of crazy. So sound off in the comment section and let me know, what do you think about this development that's going on in terms of Vybz Kartel possibly not performing. I think it's a done deal that he's not going to be performing in Trinidad and Tobago, and Guyana seem to be doing the same. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this. Do you think that the Trinidad and Tobago government, do you think that this is a good move, that they are in their right to do this? Or do you think that this is them fighting dancehall music, fighting Jamaican culture,